And we're back now with that breaking news out of Prince George's County. The victim in a shooting.
Police say the girl was not the intended target. This morning, extra security measures. Shot and killed shortly after school let out yesterday. 16-year-old Jada Medrano Moore was shot and killed while walking home.
Right now, I'm going home. I'm going to school. Anything can happen. It's just really scary.
Shalom, family. Most High in Christ bless. IUIC, DC, cuts from the streets, man. We down here at Howard University. I'm Officer Yokanan. I'm here with
Officer Adam. And we're bringing the issue of a shooting that happened real close by to the youth of Howard University to see what they think about the issue and give them some biblical solutions.
Yes, sir. IUIC DC cuts from the streets. What's your name, sir?
Eric.
We here with Brother Eric. So, as we was talking, talking about violence in the youth and all of that. And last week, there was a shooting at DuVal High School in PG County. It was a young girl. She was 16 years old. She was trying to break up a fight. And another kid, another young man from a different high school, he pulled out a gun, shot and killed her, right?
I heard about that just this morning.
Okay, so you heard about that,
yeah,
right?
I did just hear about that, yeah.
No,
We asked about the shooting in DuVal High School. You heard about the shooting in DuVal High School?
No.
The young girl got killed?
Oh, that's really sad.
Yeah. So it's a high school around the corner, like real close to here. The young girl got killed. She was breaking up a fight between some gangs. She was shot and killed. Like, that's crazy, right? You don't think that's crazy?
That's very sad.
So, I mean, I'm out here trying to, help my community build us up and whatnot. Like, you into that type of stuff? Or?
Absolutely. I'm very into trying to, build up the community and get rid of the violence and stuff like that.
In the midst of her trying to break up the fight, she got shot and killed. Right, crazy. It was unfortunate. What's your thoughts on that, hearing that story?
I mean, it's for sure just sad, but I feel like the worst part just sounds like it's like another story, if that makes sense. Like, I feel like we're too accustomed, like, this should be a bigger deal. Like, this shouldn't just be something that we can casually talk about. Like, this should be an issue. And the fact that, like, I feel like we're normalizing these type of events is, like, kind of like the foundation of the issue,
It's crazy because it's just going to keep on happening. I mean, like, and it's crazy because, like, we can't really, like, do anything to really change it. I mean, it's just going to, like, what measures can we really take to, like,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's deep.
So look, there was a shooting at DuVal High School recently. Like, two gangs was fighting, and a young girl was trying to break up a fight, and she was killed. Right? What do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that?
I would hate for anybody to be killed, but I don't really know enough about the situation.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like, it's crazy what's going on in our communities. Like, we just have our young people, our youth, is really getting more and more involved in violence and gang violence and whatnot. And like what I really want to know is what's some solutions to that? What do you think some solutions are to that?
Honestly, I don't even know because I feel like there's a variety of solutions that we do have, like getting kids in more extracurriculum and even trying to get them to stay away from the violence and the gang stuff. But I feel like it's hard because a lot of children feel like that's their only solution to provide for their family and stuff like that. So I think if we do better as a system with being able to provide for the youth and stuff like that, then I think we'll do a better job with getting rid of the violence and all of the deaths and tragedies that are going on.
Definitely.
It's an unfortunate situation, but as we know, the violence in the youth is crazy right now. Would you agree with that?
Absolutely.
And if you don't mind me asking, do you have any kids?
I don't have any kids.
Okay, so as an older man, right, as a leader in the community, what are some things we can do to help the youth with the issue?
A lot of this boils down to a lot of this boils down to mentorship. I mean, a lot of these kids out here, they're going wayward. They don't have any guidance. And what I'm seeing a trend right now is of people, especially the kids, not taking human life seriously. They really need a lot of mentors out here. And you do have certain programs in place, but I just don't think we have enough.
Hey, my man, you heard about the shooting at DuVal High School that happened a couple days ago? Let me ask you a question on that, yo. So a couple days ago, right? You familiar with DuVal High School in PG County?
Yeah.
You right?
My friend's from PG. I ain't from here.
Okay, cool. So question, right? There was a situation where there was two groups of teens fighting each other. And a young girl She's 16 years old. Her brother was involved with the fight. She's trying to break up the fight, and she got shot in the process, got killed. Right? Unfortunate, right? So first off, just hearing that alone, what runs through your mind when you hear that story?
Honestly, I noticed like this area in general. It's honestly any area too. Because it's happening when I'm from New York, from the Bronx, and there's just a lot of violence, but like specifically from the youth. That's kind of from like I'm young as too, but like they're younger than me, and like that is kind of where it's like, damn, like what are we doing with our time? Because I'm not a violent type of person.
And a young girl was trying to break up the fight, and she was actually killed in the process. What do you think about that?
Like I said, I didn't know anything about it.
Well, what about violence in our community? You see, a lot of the youth are getting more violent than they used to be. Like when I don't know, when you was younger, was it, kids getting shot by each other at high schools? Like now we see, it's crazy, right?
No, but I was a nerd, so like the glasses are for real.
Okay.
I get out of school, go home, and that was it for me.
Okay, so you didn't see any violence that was going on back then during that time.
I went to one dance at my high school and one football game. That was it. I didn't participate in any of that stuff.
So my question is, first off, just hearing that, what's your thoughts hearing that story?
That's just crazy. Like, the woman got shot?
Girl got shot. She got killed, unfortunately.
That's crazy. No, this isn't that type of time, Mom. Yeah, that's crazy. Condolences to the family. And I just hope everybody stays safe further on out.
So the youth killing each other is all new to you. It's all new.
It's something that I never experienced, and I think people, pretty much now they stay out too late at night. Probably need to be home by 10 o'clock.
Well, that's why, we in this society we live by mind your own business. Okay. It's unfortunate, but someone's trying to do good and they end up hurt. So I try to teach my kids, mind your business. Because you never know who might retaliate against you for trying to do right.
Violence in general among the youth in our community. What's your thoughts on that?
It's problematic. I don't know. I'm not really in a headspace to be filmed or recorded right now and just walking around. I'm kind of tired, but yeah.
What do you think about that? What's your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not from this area, but I am from Louisiana. Okay. And we had a similar shooting last weekend at a football game where a 28-year-old came into the football game and a 16-year-old shot them. And another girl got shot. She not life-threatening, but the 28-year-old died. They ended up having to shut down that high school, and I know that we have a real epidemic right now with youth.
How y'all doing? Y'all want to take 5 minutes, do a quick interview?
You want to do a 5-minute interview?
It's going to take 2 minutes. So let me ask y'all a question because you want to get in it? Yeah. All right, good. So this is actually perfect because y'all go ahead, or y'all high school students or what?
I go.
You go ahead. What's your name?
I'm Jamie.
Jamie, nice to meet you. What's your name, sis?
Oh, Melissa.
So question, did y'all hear about, there was a shooting at DuVal High School a couple days ago. Y'all heard about that?
No.
Let me tell y'all what happened. So it was a fight between a bunch of teenagers, right? There was a young sister, probably about your age. How old are you?
22.
22? Okay, I thought she was younger. But nah, the sister, she was like 16, 17. She was breaking up the fight. And another guy from another school pulled out a gun, killed her while she's trying to break up the fight. First, what y'all think about that?
That's trifling, honestly. She was just trying to help out, break up the fight. He shouldn't have killed her.
How about you?
Definitely. It's just sad that today, you're trying to do the right thing and you get the consequences for it.
Okay, well, so let me ask you, right? So we see violence ramping up in the community as far as the youth. The youth are fighting and having more violence than they used to be in the past. You agree with that statement?
Yeah, I would say I agree with that.
Okay, so why do you think that is?
I think there's just more violence in the world in general, and it's the youth are influenced, so it's impacted them as well.
As leaders in the community, as men, right? How do we get our young men to not hate each other, not kill each other?
You have to mentor them. You have to teach them at a young age. It's if they grow up and that's all they know about, that's all they
Yeah, I think part of this, specifically in the Black community, I think we do a poor job of showing what we are doing. If you hear about the Black community on, social media, it's always from a victim standpoint. We're never promoting the image of people at Howard, TSU, or these HBCUs, like going for MDs, MBAs, JDs. So I think
have like role models for them to like look up to.
Like you can't strive to be something that you don't see. You know what I'm saying? So I think like what we realistically can control is just like leading by example. Like
They should stay home. They out too late. How do you think that the parents in the community, like single parent households and stuff like that, is affecting that that whole regard of being out late and doing too much?
I think one parent will be lenient, one parent will be strict. So you need two parents in the house to bring balance between the husband and wife and then the kids.
What do you think are some solutions to these problems we have? And like obviously mind your own business, but what else do you think probably?
The community needs to invest more into the kids, to where they're not just so angry and just want to fight. They need more outlets to get some of that negativity out, that nervous energy. They need more to do within the community, but to just hang around and fight with each other, No.
Yeah, that's crazy. So do you think that the way our communities are structured as far as like single family households, single mothers stuff, you think that affects what's been going on?
To a degree.
Okay.
Yeah, it depends on the single parent's background. There are single parents who are involved with their kids and don't just let them run the street committing crimes. Then there are those that, just let them run loose. So to a degree, I think it affects them. Yeah.
Me personally, I feel like at home there's not a lot to do. You know what I'm saying? Like people need shit to do, and that's how they don't get involved in these type of things, because they kind of just like around on some shit because they don't gotta do, like, you feel me? So spending some time, whatever they're doing, like after the school, whatever, getting into like their hobbies and fashion and shit like that. That's why I like with sports and all that. It's like it gives people to do. Also, just lets y'all meet new people in a way that like you have to work with them type shit. So you just better your people skills all the time, and you're doing that type of stuff. So
Definitely. And so like what do you think the root cause is? Like you think there's an issue like with the parenting, or what do you think about that?
Honestly, I think it's the government.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, that's an interesting answer. I wasn't expecting that. You go to the school?
Yeah.
So in your attempt to build up the communities, right? What do you think are some solutions to the problems that we see as far as the youth violence and just violence in general, like you were saying?
I think the big thing is going to have to be like public policy and the way like the education system works. That's kind of like a lot of, besides like at home, which you can't really control, that's what molds people into like the teenagers and adults they become.
Okay. So you're saying at home, the parents and the guardians need to just teach more and have better conversation.
Like that's something even though you can try, that's something you can't influence. Really, like that's just like the parents are kind of gonna be how they want to be, and like they can want to be better, but like that's on them. But like the things as like a society that we can control is like the education system, laws on how to like interact with minors when there's like infractions and things like that. So
Would you agree that single parent homes add to this issue in our community?
Nah, I don't think so. I feel like if the single parent is doing what they need to do, then there shouldn't be no problem. And a lot of the times the single parent is doing what they need to do. So
We see that these in our communities, right? We have a lot of violence and whatnot. What do you think are some solutions to this problem?
I think that we need to get mentorship and parental involvement. I think that's really important. I think that people, students, need a support system to look up to, and they need positive role models. And I think that when we can show people a better way, then we can give them something to strive for.
Honestly, it's kind of hard because it's like we try to like at least tell our government like to make some more gun control laws and gun reform laws, but it just never works out. Like they just don't listen. So
What about you?
I feel like they like to say history repeats itself, or I'm a believer in creating new habits and just like not necessarily enforcing them, but if someone were to start and doing one thing and seeing like, okay, maybe this isn't as bad, next thing you know, you got a trend. Like that's the thing nowadays. Everybody wants to follow the new trend. And which is also why we're in this predicament. Like, people been in situations or they've had those upbringings to where that's all they know is violence, and then you have others of us who was fortunate enough and blessed enough to not have to live that lifestyle. So I feel like it's just finding that bridge that will connect the two worlds together and, you know, just be better at creating new trends.
So again, like what you said was heavy as far as the youth that need something to do. They got to get into some activities to help keep their mind away from all that nonsense, right? Watch what the Bible says in regards to that. Read what you got.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 33 and verse 27. Send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
You see that? It says send him to labor, like you said, get into a job, an activity. Read that again.
Send him to labor, that he be not idle, for idleness teacheth much evil.
Like you said, it says idleness teacheth much evil. Did you know that was in the Bible?
Nah, I didn't. I actually didn't even know that concept was in the Bible.
Hey, that's good. So what's your thoughts on that, man? What's your thoughts?
I mean, it's real. Like, you feel me? Like, when people, that's what I'm saying. Like, when people don't got nothing to do, like, just other things will creep into their life. So I just really think it's actually interesting that it's in the Bible. I really didn't know that. So.
This is Isaiah chapter 3, verse 12. As for my people, children are their oppressors, and women rule over them. O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy paths.
So like you said, like, you know, the Bible says that we need more than just a woman in a household raising a child, raising a son and daughter, because when that happens, we see, you know, a lot more emotional men, you know, masculine women running around, and stuff like this, these gang fights and, you know, violence amongst the youth is on the rise, because we see single parent households on the rise. The same thing with the violence amongst the youth.
I definitely think that is an issue. Like, I don't think it should be just on the mother to provide for her kids. And even like now, I feel like it's also changing to where like some dads are also the only parent too. And I just feel like even if you're not able to work your relationship out, y'all should be able to do some type of co-parenting or something for y'all kids, because their lives matter. And if both parents aren't in their lives, then it's going to affect them as they get older.
So real quick, I'm gonna leave y'all with one scripture and I'm gonna let y'all go. Give me Hosea 4, 1 and 2, because everything y'all said was on point, and I definitely agree with, man. We got a lot of issues in our community, and like you said, how can they strive to be something that they haven't seen? You said something like that, right? That's real powerful. One of the things that we're doing is we're teaching our people about the commandments in the Bible. If we apply the commandments to our life, that's just another way to clean up our community. Watch what the Bible say about this, though, real quick. Hosea 4 and 1.
It's the book of Hosea, chapter 4 and verse 1. Hear the word of the Lord, ye children of Israel. For the Lord hath a controversy with the inhabitants of the land.
So the Lord is going to talk about the controversy, the problem that he had with his people. Watch what they do. Read.
Because there is no truth, nor mercy, nor knowledge of God in the land. By swearing and lying and killing and stealing and committing adultery, they break out, and blood toucheth blood.
And blood toucheth blood. That's that black on black crime, right? So one of the people, though, as the Bible just said, is because they don't have no knowledge of God. We see each other, we're supposed to see God in each other, see Christ in one another, right? So just to add to y'all point, that's one of the things that we're trying to do to help build up the community, teach our people the laws, statutes, and commandments. Last thing, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it's amazing. It's a great step, you know, towards like a better future in the world. Because like if y'all don't do it, then who's going to do it?
Yeah, like my bro said, I agree with that, and like it makes sense. I feel like it's a doable mission. Like it's not something that's like impossible. Like we can all equally spread the message. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't take money or any of that. You can just, you know what I'm saying?
It's great that like y'all like bringing awareness to topics. Like, I didn't even hear about that shooting.
Not good, man. Do the research on it, but we appreciate y'all taking the time. This is IUIC DC Customer Streets. And with that, we say shalom. Appreciate it, brothers. Y'all take it easy, man. Yes, sir.
What is a nation? Nation is men leading by example. Nation is family. Nation is community. Nation is children with role models. nation is you.
And finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord